Hello there, Eric here again, and this time I'm going to be bringing you a list of the top 10 New Japan wrestlers of 2017, excluding the quote Big 4 New Japan talents, those being Kazuchika Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tetsuya Naito, and Kenny Omega. The reason for this is because they consistently place in the top 5 on their worst day, and rather than give you a list where you can probably predict the top 5 before clicking the video, I wanted to provide something fresh. Also, this list will only consist of wrestlers who are wrestling for New Japan for more than 75% of the year. This means that this list will not include people such as Katsuyori Shibata and Marty Scurll. Finally, this is only taking into account matches in a New Japan ring. So without further ado, let's begin. Number 10, Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. has been a welcome addition to Suzuki-gun, making his debut on March 6th in an enjoyable match against Katsuyori Shibata. Treading water in good but not great matches for the first half of the year, Sabre had great showings against Juice Robinson and Tomohiro Ishii at the Long Beach shows, which led into his fantastic G1. Starting the tournament by submitting Hiroshi Tanahashi, he also had great performances later against Kota Ibushi, Tetsuya Naito, and once again, Tomohiro Ishii. He meshes well with the New Japan roster, and if he sticks around, he will no doubt continue to impress. Number 9, Hiroki Goto. It says a lot about Hiroki Goto that even when I felt like he had a weak year, I can look back at his matches and see that it was certainly nothing to scoff at. Starting off his 2017 with an absolutely stellar match with Katsuyori Shibata at Wrestle Kingdom, he had a series of pretty good matches for the rest of the first half of the year. The beginning of the G1 was when he really kicked it into high gear with some tremendous matches throughout, with the likes of Yuji Nagata, Kota Ibushi, and Tomohiro Ishii. It's hard to say what Goto's immediate future looks like, but his match with Minoru Suzuki will be a good indicator for his 2018. Number 8, Evil. In a word, Evil is consistent. He is known for his solid, hard-hitting matches, and you can count on him to always provide that whenever he gets into a ring. While you might find his gimmick a bit silly, it's easy to look past that when you look at his body of work. While this year has been a big year in terms of Evil's match quality, it was even bigger in terms of Evil's placement on the match card, pinning Okada in a great G1 match and earning himself an opportunity at the prestigious IWGP Heavyweight Championship. While losing the bout, he had a tremendous showing and appears to be in line for big things come 2018 if this match is anything to go by. Number 7, Juice Robinson. Starting the year by making his Tokyo Dome debut, this year has been nothing but up for Juice. Similar to Evil, while Juice has certainly had quality matches this year, the more important thing to note is his rise in prominence. After being a mainstay in undercard tag bouts, he began to rise when he earned himself an IWGP Intercontinental title match by pinning Tetsuya Naito. After losing in a great match with Naito, he made his way into the US title tournament at the Long Beach shows and later the G1 Climax tournament itself. His G1 matches were good, but not spectacular. However, in that tournament, he went on to pin the IWGP United States champion Kenny Omega. While that match was solid, he topped it in the title match itself. While unsuccessful in both of his title matches, it is clear that Juice Robinson is on his way up. Number 6, Michael Elgin. Though Michael Elgin has been in hot water recently, it's hard to deny that he is a talented wrestler. Making a big splash early in the year with a fantastic match at New Beginning against Tetsuya Naito, he earned his first New Japan 5-star rating from Dave Meltzer. He continued to pump out great matches throughout the year with guys like Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada. While his future with the company is looking shaky, he provided a solid portfolio for himself in 2017. Number 5, Minoru Suzuki. Minoru Suzuki's 2017 has been a tale of peaks and valleys. His defense of the never openweight title have been lackluster to say the least, and aside from a few matches, his G1 was just alright, maybe even disappointing. But those few matches were incredible. Starting his year with an absolute barn burner versus Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship was a great reintroduction, only to top that match with a rematch in the G1. Let's not forget about his match with Kenny Omega either. All of these matches are excellent choices for somebody who is getting into New Japan and wants some recent stuff to see what the buzz is with Suzuki. Number 4, Will Ospreay. The talk of the town when it comes to Will Ospreay's 2017 is his Best of the Super Juniors finals match against Kushida, but that match makes it all too easy to forget other great matches that Ospreay has had over the year. Starting his year with an interesting clash of styles and a wonderful match versus Katsuyori Shibata that would have even those who hate, quote, flippy shit, pleased with Ospreay's work. And it only got better from there as the Best of Super Juniors kicked off with great matches with everyone in the tournament, but especially Ricochet, Marty Scurll, Hiromu Takahashi, and of course, as previously mentioned, Kushida. Ospreay has also reached an important milestone in his career this year by finally defeating Kushida at King of Pro Wrestling for the first time. If Ospreay's history with all the men in the Fatal 4-Way is anything to go by, we'll be in for a treat come January 4th. Number 3, Kushida. Kushida has had a massive year as far as the story goes, starting the year by losing the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship in an incredible match to Hiromu Takahashi, and then being embarrassed in 2 minutes flat at Sakura Genesis. Kushida began his slow ascent back to the top, using the Best of the Super Juniors tournament as a platform to thrust himself back to the top of the junior heavyweight scene. He had excellent matches damn near every night of the tournament, culminating in the defeat of Will Ospreay in a classic that will be looked back on fondly for years to come. But that wasn't the end for Kushida's story this year, as he still needed to repay Hiromu Takahashi for Sakura Genesis, and he did just that at Dominion, where he defeated Takahashi and regained the title that he had lost 6 months prior. He eventually lost the title to Will Ospreay in, no surprise, a fantastic match. In my opinion, Kushida has had one of the most well-written and executed storylines in professional wrestling this year, all while having the tremendous matches to back it up. Number 2, Hiromu Takahashi. Can you tell that I've been really impressed with the junior heavyweight division this year? That is in no small part thanks to the ticking time bomb Hiromu Takahashi. To call Takahashi a breath of fresh air would be an understatement. He was the spark that lit the fire into the entire division, and was a catalyst for one of the best crafted stories of the year. He breathed life into Kushida, the junior heavyweight division, and even bumped Los Ingobernables de Japón up a few pegs in my book, not that they needed it. At this point, it's hard not to be repeating myself, as the stories of Kushida, Ospreay, and Takahashi are all tied in with each other, but simply put, you need to watch the junior heavyweight division matches from 2017 if you haven't, and if you have, you owe it to yourself to watch them again. Number 1, Tomohiro Ishii. You may have noticed that earlier in this video, whenever I listed people's best matches of the year, Ishii found his way in. That's no coincidence, the man is an absolute machine. While he hasn't held any singles titles this year, he's had a lot of singles matches and they are all fantastic. He had an incredible showing at the Long Beach shows, where he went to the finals of the United States Heavyweight title tournament before losing to Kenny Omega, with whom he had a trilogy of uproarious matches. You can count on Ishii to have a great singles match with pretty much anyone, so it should come as no surprise that his G1 matches were phenomenal, the best of which being against Kenny Omega, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Kota Ibushi. After the G1, he had a match with Naito at King of Pro Wrestling, which was an absolute masterpiece. There are a lot of wrestlers on the planet who are consistent. There are very few wrestlers on the planet who are consistently jaw-dropping like Tomohiro Ishii. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear other opinions. Thanks for watching, and take care.